Assalamualaikum my inquisitive students, how are you going? Well, today we are going to explore a fascinating yet often confusing topic, the difference between gerunds and present participles. To understand this clearly, we'll delve into the realm of ing forms by entering the kingdom of gerundia. So let's start. Deep in the heart of lands of language lies the colorful kingdom of Gerundia. In this kingdom, two cousins named Gary and Pippi are famous for being twins. They look exactly alike. Both wear tall, curly purple hats with the letter ing stitched in bright, shimmering gold. But don't let their hats fool you. The cousins have very different jobs to do. The confusion often leads to great identity parade in the town square. The mayor of the Gerundia stands on the podium and asks, "Which one of you is acting like a noun today?" Gary always steps forward with a confident grin. While Pippi likes to describe things, Gary likes to be the thing. He is the noun of the family, taking on the roles of subject and objects. Remember this thing. He likes to be the thing and behave like a subject and an object. Okay. Gary loves being the subject of the sentence. In Gerundia, the subject is the boss of the action. Gary jumps into the giant pool of blue ink shaped like a word. Swimming is fun. He shouts as he splashes around. In this sentence, Gary is not just an action someone is doing. He is the thing that is fun. He is the star of the show. When he isn't the subject, Gary works as a complement or an object. He likes to help sentences feel finished. If the king says, "My favorite hobby is hiking," Gary rushes to the end of the line to stand as a complement. He completes the thought, turning the action of hiking into a solid, respectable noun that the king can claim as his own. So far we have learned three roles of Gary. He likes to work as subject, object or complement of a sentence. Now let's learn more about Gary. He has many friends as well, so let's explore them as well. To relax, Gary visits the exclusive Gerund only club. The club is very picky about who gets in. A stern but friendly guard named Captain Enjoy stands at the gate. "Halt!" Captain Enjoy booms. "I only allow nouns to follow me. Are you a gerund?" Gary tips his ing hat. The captain steps aside to let him through. So keep in mind that we'll meet some friends of Gary in this club, okay? Okay, inside the club, Gary hangs out with the other boss verbs who only like gerunds. He sits on a plush sofa with boss Imagine. They spend hours talking about the future. "I imagine traveling to the moon," boss Imagine says dreamily. Gary smiles. He knows that without him acting as a subject, acting as an object, boss Imagine would have nothing to dream about. Okay, there are so many friends of Gary in this club like enjoy, mind, avoid, consider, finish, practice, suggest, keep, admit and risk. All these friends are there in the club and they always love to sit with Jaren and they always come after Gary. Okay, while Gary is at his club, Pippi the participle is busy in his art studio. Pippi is an adjective artist. His job isn't to be the noun but to describe them. He uses his ing hat to add flavor to the word. He paints a crying baby or a sparkling star. When Pippi uses an ing word, it tells us more about the person or thing he is painting. Like Pippi can describe a dog like a barking dog, can describe a situation like a confusing situation, can describe a girl like a smiling girl, can describe a book like a fascinating book. Gary also has a special job as a prepositions partner. He is often seen walking through the park with his best friend, a small round fellow named Preposition About. I am thinking about dancing, Gary tells his friend whenever a preposition appears. Gary is usually right behind them, ready to partner up and make the sentence make sense. So we have learned the jobs of the Gary and also the friends of the Gary. That there are certain friends of him that are in the Gerundia club, and after that he has this friend outside in the park as well, and it is about and so many other preposition partners. Okay, so let's learn more. Sometimes Gary gets a little possessive. He has a rule. If someone wants to talk about him, they should use a possessive word. He meets a boy named Liu in the park. Liu says, I don't mind his coming here. Gary beams with pride. He prefers his over him because it shows that his noun self is important and respected. As the sun sets over Gerundia, the two cousins meet for dinner. They may look the same, but they are proud of their different roles. Gary is the noun that builds the word, and Pippi is the adjective that colors it. Together with their golden ink hats, they make sure the kingdom of Gerundia is a place where every sentence is a masterpiece. So, isn't it an epic line that Gary is the noun that builds the word and Pippi is the adjective that colors it? So, that's how we concluded our story, and I hope you have learned the difference between gerund and participle through this story. And stay tuned until the next video. Allah Hafiz.